Hello and welcome to the first match of the Ori RMT Tournament 2022, the tournament where runners or fans can donate to charity to unlock Spirit Light, Bash, or a sense of pride and... Oh, sorry. It's actually the Rando Master Tournament. Welcome. I am Samsis and joined by Shave to bring you this first match of Sirius versus Fluffy. How are you doing, Shave?
I am doing caffeinated, thank you very much. Should be good. This is going to be the tournament of That Sure Was a Seed, because we are indeed playing on Master, which means that the runners are going to be expected to do at least two completely ridiculous tricks throughout the run, whether that's Iceless or Grenade Redirect Genzo or Grenade Redirect access to the Stomp Tree XP or Sea Flame Stompless or etc. etc. Grenade jumps all the way up to Sunstone, sure. If you can think about it, it's pretty much going to be available as long as it's not Plando Hell strats. So this is going to be about hour and a half-ish is what we're expecting to be for an average seed length for the course of the tournament. We've got single elimination. So just a little quick kind of showcase tournament type deal. 8 runners total. They're going to be facing off against each other and just bap, moving on. And you can see the bracket there, Liftoff versus Tuin is going to be the winner of that one facing the winner of this one, Sirius versus Fluffy. And on the bottom side of the bracket, it's going to be Baron and Infinite. And then Person Who Died versus Ruby Yoshi, and they'll just advance, so on and so forth. Third place match, of course, will be optional, probably, well, depending on whether or not the runners want to go ahead and do that. But yeah, should be fun.
Indeed, it should be. And yeah, as you mentioned, basically the only things that don't need to happen are Hell Plando stats or anything that could softlock, so lower BRB is still safe from dragging a Frankie over until you get Bash, and then the entire map is just open, because getting projectiles through 6 areas sure is in Master, and so is taking a single Tumbleweed through the entirety of Sorrow to full clear it. Some people might have some remembrance of seeds which just have 6 skills and Sorrow with a bash stat. So let's hope we don't get that. As fun as double bashing is, it can be a bit of a monotone seed, and I would like some, I would actually like some Iceless here as a start.
Some Iceless. Very nice. Oh man, yeah, so I think Valley TP, Bash, and Double Jump is enough to gain you access to Sorrow. Like, that's the kind of ridiculousness that we're going to be talking about. As far as the rule sets go, it's going to be pretty much standard stuff, of course, on Master level difficulty, but we're going to be playing on competitive pool, Forest Trees, for the runners to go ahead and battle it out. And that's about it. So no Horror Teleporter, no Genzo Teleporter, just some good old fun times in the Ori and the Blind Forest speed running world. We are going to be playing on beta. The runners are not allowed to use the logic helper, so this is the 4.0 beta that is currently under development by Aiko and Vuligin, and Sirius is going to have to restart because of the debug issue there. That's going to put him behind a little bit unless we do a restart. No, okay, he's got it fixed. He's just going to go. I think he's just going to take the time loss. So yeah, and he remembers to start on challenging. I forgot to tell him that. He actually wanted me to tell him that.
Yeah, true. He did tell us he forgets to change difficulty to challenging every time. Remember, this is the... Oh, that's a nice move of Fluffy there, equalizing the race. Gotta love it. Now we have no advantage on either side here. Also, we didn't even see... We have a Forlorn Teleporter as our starting pickup, so the moment we get Gumon Seal, that's gonna be in Logic. And there are some really funny shenanigans in Master when you take Forlorn approach the reverse way to break into Valley and Misty. So maybe we get to see something like that. Lord. I would love that, absolutely.
Oh. Dude, are there charge dash redirects in Logic for the Baneling?
Oh, don't you worry. You will need Bash for that.
Okay, you need Bash. Okay, I figured as much, but it's been a while since I've played Mastered. But yeah, it gives you some accessibility options like mouse aim for charge jumping off a wall and free grenade jumps. So all the accessibility options that are available in the 4.0 beta are available to the runners except for the logic helper, which they have disabled by deleting areas.ori from their Ori folder. And here's one of the first changes that you're going to see if you haven't seen 4.0 yet. Altar no longer returns you to spawn. it opens up the teleporter menu, and it looks like we're going to get our first divergence. Fluffy's going to take that Forlorn access, while Sirius wants to go and check the 2 pickups over at Glade's entrance first to see whether or not there's skill progression there that might make Forlorn a little bit easier. Maybe he'll get 2 keystones and go and
3
directly
pickups,
into
right?
Glades. Oh
Because
yeah, because of the
this
fake flippers is in logic, yeah.
Yep, because this is Master, so yeah, there's of course the option of it just being Gummon Seal, in which case Fluffy is gonna get quite a bit of an advantage. Also, getting health cells in Master is actually really nice, so yeah, Fluffy finding 1 health that might come in really, really handy during the rest of this run. But Sirius is having really bad fish spots, but it is fine. Wall jump acquired here, which means the only way we can have this go at the moment is a standard BRB start, except for the fact that, yeah, we just needed to do that.
Yeah, because the Gummon Seal doesn't put the pickups outside Valley entrance in logic. I was gonna say if that was the case, that wall jump would actually give Sirius a bit of an edge if something was there, because you would gain access to 1 extra pickup that Fluffy wouldn't. But in all likelihood, this is just kind of gonna even out. But Sirius is gonna get the first look at intended progression, heading directly into Blackroot. You see Fluffy doing the Death Warp there. Off of that keystone, pick up the game auto-saves, and turns out if you take a death, it warps you back to the front of Horror. He is going to go outside anyway and check the underwater pickup, which is a bit tight to do on just 4 HP. He does have the energy to place the save, though, so you can take a couple cracks at it, as long as he does not take it. Ooh, nice back! The little back arrow there from Fluffy to make sure he didn't take the hit from the spine. Giving him the opportunity to actually make this, and yeah, he's good now. Ooh, Stomp! He's rewarded for it, too. Very nice.
Oh, that is a massive find this early. So if we are lucky, you know, this could actually straight up be something funny like Gummon Seal being in Blackroot and then Stomp follow up Blackroot as a chain of progression, in which case Fluffy would save so much time, both from not needing to set up his fake flippers. He has Stomp and 4 health, he can just straight up dip into the pool and get it without any problems, but also from not having to do a BRB revisit in case that is actually what happens. If it turns out the other way, that you're expected to take your Stomp to go back through Forlorn approach, then Sirius would have an advantage from already getting extra skills by that time. So really interested to see how the seed progresses. Wall jump and Stomp can do way more than one would expect in this kind of setting.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty fascinating start with this divergence here. Sort of opening up a bunch of different ways that the seed can go. Right now, it's going to be linear, but it could split, as you said, either way in terms of advantage for either of the runners here. So Sirius is going to be the one that is going to tell us whether or not he is in the lead or Fluffy is in the lead. And we put lead in massive quotes because this is Master and things can go sideways real fast. But yeah, he's going to get the first look at what further progression is going to be here. Stomp doesn't unlock anything immediately other than that Blackroot progression. Of course, you can go back through Grotto as well, and I have a paused stream.
Oh, don't worry, I will take over for you. Sirius doing the Crusher dance. Sadly, this doesn't give us any information since you need exactly 0 skills to do that in Master. Going over Crushers is expected. And there's our first 3, and it is just an ability cell. We just got 2 ability cells in a row. Dash would be nice, but I'm not expecting it anytime soon. Very nice blind jump for a 3rd ability cell here. So Sirius can now do a revisit of the pickup, and this is actually really interesting. I haven't seen this done in this way before, skipping the 100 EXP on the first way through, but when you come back from the tree, the platform cycles actually line up perfectly for you to just get this. So I'm really interested in timing information about that. Might need to time this myself later on. But for now, we get some further progression here, and Sirius is really rapidly running out of checks here for now. We do not have that much to do. Of course, we can straight up skip over boulder escape by just wall jumping off something, and well, we have 3 keystones, so I guess Glade's progression is to be expected, but very nice wall jump followed by yet another Crusher Dance. It does avoid the angry Pixel and can now proceed to clear out his BRB area and at least get the teleporter, which would be really, really useful if he decides to stomp at the end of, or after getting stomp after a Forlorn visit here.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to progress through here, unfortunately, unless there's another skill. Like if Bash is behind here, he's fine, but it's just Keystone. So he's probably going to actually take this to Glades, I would imagine. I don't anticipate him going to Forlorn as my... Oh, he accidentally teleported back to Blackroot, so he's going to have to reset that, but that's okay. As my internet also is back. Hooray for internet, woo!
Whoa. Yeah, I was getting really impressed by the teleport menuing there. I didn't even see the menu open, and then Sirius was just teleporting and just sitting here. Oh, okay. Someone knows the teleport icon locations better than I do. But, well, one extra teleport it was. But hey, things happen. Now we're at the Glades Keystone door, doing a nice ghost door here, and that means we're gonna see some extra progression here. Might actually see Spirit Caverns, which I'm sure the other runner would rather skip.
Yeah, as Fluffy is going to lose a little bit of time here. He went for a really aggressive drop down to the Blackroot ability cell in the main room there. After he picked up his Keystone, and he just ended up missing the fall directly down, and so that's probably about 15 or so seconds. As he's going to play it a little bit more safe, and by that I mean drop down into the spikes anyway. As he missed the platform as he's trying to make the left drop. Didn't place another safety save there. I think he really wants this Keystone. Yeah, so he's going to go back for it. Gonna cost him a little bit more time. In the meanwhile, on Sirius' side, just some resources here so far in Glades. Nothing doing on that front. Doesn't have Stomp, so even if he does get a plethora of Keystones here to be able to go up Spirit Caverns, he's not going to be able to open up Valley Entry, which is definitely open for Fluffy, as he goes for little Baby Iceless and does get it. And also, yeah, no, that's about it. That would be open right now for Sirius, is Valley Entry, and of course the short swim there as well. Does get an extra energy, which is nice. Does open up the possibility here, as well as the Sunstone, of doing a energy glitch in order to gain access to Grotto. But Master, with the Prefer Hard Pass, a lot of the times it will force your progression in a fairly linear manner. So I'd be interested to see whether or not Sirius tries to break logic here or not.
Yeah, this is honestly really interesting. Also, the energy glitch still is only in glitch logic, even though it is kinda easy to perform. It's not even required in Master, so interesting. Yeah, if he's gonna try to track down, having a bit of trouble finding the energy cell during the blind movement, now getting it, teleporting out, and decides not to go to Spirit Cavern right now. I think, never mind. Sirius, can you please menu a bit slower? I would like to know where you're going when you teleport. Thank you very much. Climbing back out here, that means we are going to see logical progression here on Sirius' side instead of going to Forlorn, going to Grotto, any of these places. Instead, he's gonna go to Spirit Caverns, as Fluffy on the right got to break the floor since he already has Storm. So if he wants to, he can actually straight up go into Grotto from here and get an extra 3 out of the way.
Yeah, and he does have, like you say, that Grotto access, which I don't believe, because of the Goomon Seal business, that Stomp is at logic yet for Fluffy. So short death there on the Crushers, that's okay. He'll get despawn after doing the SA skip. And we have a Keystone here. This is really odd for me to see the toast notifications popping up on the left side of the screen instead of top middle. I'm just like, where are the pickups? I see him picking things up. Oh yeah, it's left side of the screen. All right, so just experience at a Keystone, and oh, fourth energy. So that does open up the top side Grotto access for Sirius. We'll take the refill and a level up there, gaining another Keystone. Will he go? Yes, it looks like he's going to be setting up for... I'm moving over to the Charge Flame tree. This is Force Trees, obviously, so picking up extra trees, never a bad idea. Keystone for Fluffy underneath that boulder, as we saw when Sirius was there, and he is teleporting out after opening up Grotto, and it's just to get back up to that teleporter, in fact. So he's going to be making the Grotto play here from the bottom side.
This is really interesting because, well, it's kinda in logic, right? We have the 4 energy, so everything down here is super accessible by just We're just dropping in from above with just wall jumps. So yeah, Fluffy might actually find something at one of the dead ends here, maybe at a place like the Grotto Vault or just underwater, because those pickups are quote unquote harder to get than the pickups you can get with standard difficulty skill sets or similar. Could be that. Could also be something really funny though, where you're expected to climb upwards from the Grotto teleporter, and maybe. Oh, that's actually an interesting question. Is Baby Iceless in Logic, or is that still a missing path? Because I'm pretty sure it was missing a few years ago.
I think it is still a missing path, which is hilarious. But I do want to point out here that Sirius has got the 4 energy that Fluffy does not. So if Fluffy wants to gain access to the pickups behind the energy door here, he is going to have to do the rock slide or save drop or some other shenanigans. Which I don't know how comfortable he is with that, and if he is not comfortable, that is definitely going to give Sirius an advantage here. If something is there, I imagine we're going to see at least a couple attempts here from Fluffy. He is a talented runner, and yeah, he's going back up to his save, and looks like he's going to set up for the save drop version. I don't mind that. Rock slide, it takes some practice to get used to. Once you do get it, it is easier and faster, I think. But it does take practice to get there. And he is successful in the first attempt with the save drop, does stomp the ceiling from the floor, which is hilarious, and gets another energy cell for his troubles.
You mentioned the rock slide does save in the realm of 1 to 2 seconds, if at all. So going for the save strat when you have so many ability sets, 6 ability sets I think it was at that point, sounds just like a very safe and also very good strat here. Especially since you don't need to come back out. We do have the option of using that new LR to get up back to Blackroot TP very, very quickly, and that's exactly what Fluffy did to now finish out his Grotto clear. So far, it hasn't been anything interesting here on either side, but we will see when that will change and where the seed wants us to go from there.
And Grotto Mini Boss might be one of those things that is going to have some stuff. This will be Spirit Flame version for Sirius when he gets down here. Unless, of course, he finds something else on his way down. Fluffy takes care of the mini boss rather quickly, and this is going to be, I think, if there are skills towards the double jump tree, specifically on the energy cell, and at the XP next to double jump tree, and Fluffy goes for the stomp access off of the Frankies in order to get those. If there's a skill on one of those 2 pickups, this is massive advantage for Fluffy here. Because there is no way that Sirius is going to come back here with Stomp, but he does get Double Jump, which negates that entirely. So he's just going to have access to those for free.
Oh, but double jump also is kind of scary, because this is where you start counting ability sets, honestly. Once you have 12 ability sets available in Logic, that means the game wants you to have both triple jump and ultra defense and do some incredibly shenanigans using this double jump or rather triple jump in Master. So that might be something that comes into play. And also another thing, similarly, if these 2 pickups are anything, then Fluffy is gonna have a problem seeing how he didn't have any verticality. Luckily, it's just a keystone, just a mega health, nothing important. But yeah, this double jump location honestly kinda is the worst possible one for Fluffy, I would say, in this scenario.
He might end up going for the full clear in Grotto, and that's really going to be the deciding factor here. No, he didn't go for the stomp off of the Frankie. Very interesting. So that's actually potentially bad for Fluffy. Does get the Grotto TP for his troubles, so he could just go straight up to the Grotto TP now and then drop down and do some checks and find double jump. Perhaps a bit of a fortuitous teleporter there for Fluffy.
Oh, no.
We'll see what direction he ends up going. Oh no, Sirius is rock tilted.
Oh my god, okay, this is incredibly unfortunate. That rock is stuck, so if Sirius wants to check that now, he would either need to load the backup or open the energy door and then have a lot of fun with with how they call it, save drops. Because if you get an unlucky save timing, that rock will just stay on its edge and it will not move no matter what you do. So yeah,
Oh my
that's
god.
locked up now. Also, Sirius has mentioned he's just gonna skip Grotto mini boss because that's a standard path, and standard paths are unlikely to hold progression, so he's not even gonna check there, I think. Also finds a map stone which he can turn in as he is here, and then will just head straight over to double jump tree, and let's just hope that hanging 100 XP has nothing.
Yeah, I mean, that's just going to be a matter of luck, I think. Will Fluffy go down is the question, and the answer to that question is yes. So we do get double jump, it looks, for Fluffy in short order, which will be good, because we like our skill parity. And, well, I mean, I say that, and then I remember that Fluffy has Stomp, and if we get enough health with Ultra Defense, then Butter Cell will be open for Fluffy, and that is certainly a thing. Taking his time here with just the regular Spirit Flame shots in order to take out the slimes, since he did take, of course, the swim damage on his way down, so he needed to play it a little bit careful. And here is going to be the moment of possible truth. Nope, just a keystone on the hanging XP at the double jump tree, so not a big deal. You can dupe keystones wherever you wish, pretty much, and everything is fine, even though keystone duping is not a logical thing. It is something that you can do. So now Fluffy has his wall jump and his double jump, which is super comfy, and we'll be able to continue on. Looks like our next progression is going to be where Sirius is heading, somewhere upwards of Grotto, although I believe as well far left Gumo Hideout is open for the runners, so that
Far
could
left
certainly be a
Gumo
thing.
hideout, a Glades revisit, the pickup above Sea Flame Tree. We have some great options here. Also, I just wanna say this seed sure has Plando character. Wall jump, double jump, stomp might cause some all trauma to come back up, because this sure is a skill set that can reach Sorrow if you really want
Oh,
to.
good lord.
Luckily not in logic, but it is an option. So yeah, let's see how much of that nonsense we're
Ooh.
going to see. Also, I like this on both sides here. Sirius going to trigger the Kuru cutscene before then turning in the map stone during the blind movement here. And also Fluffy just utilizing damage boosts on the right to skip some Crusher cycles and get far left quicker. And it is an entire 12 XP. So, you know, what is worth here is definitely the peace of mind of not leaving that behind.
Yeah, right. All right. I don't remember what was up here for Sirius. I don't think it was anything of note. Not even so much as a teleporter. So, eyes probably on the left in the meantime. Yeah, just a mega health, which could be useful, depending. You know, Fluffy could decide to take that to Death Gauntlet, perhaps, and go check the 4 energy door, or take that to Butter Cell. Maybe, you know, take the aggressive play there, but we're going to see out of Swamp Loop here from Sirius, as Fluffy is going to be trailing on Sirius's heels. We also have interesting things like the Stomp Redirect to gain access to the lower swamp entry. Of course, we can't really do anything else with that at the moment, but you can do it. And it is a thing that could be expected.
Yeah, I mean,
But
if you use your mega health and like 8 of those zombies, maybe with a bit of luck, you know, safe drop, stomp the underwater thing and all of that to then, can you even get up? I think you can, but
yeah, you can. You would need fish level up and ultra defense. You can do it. You sure can.
Story of Master Seeds, indeed. But actually, I don't think there are that many real Master Paths available on this skill set right now, seeing how that Stomp is still not in logic. We do not have Gummons here. So I think we're just gonna see a straight up full clear here, maybe Swamp Loop from both sides. We're gonna get a high five very soon here. I could honestly see people start rushing underwater pickups here, because that's one of those things which are in higher difficulties.
Yeah, and I was just thinking with the health cell that Sirius picked up here in the swamp, with putting him at 5 HP. I think there's 6 total in the pool right now. Luring Igor to stomp the Butter Cell Peg is a thing. and I believe 6 HP is enough to go get Buttercell. So I think Igor is quite possibly the logical play, and as we mentioned early on in the broadcast, prefer hard pass as a default setting of Master, which means that it is very likely to expect some level of bullcrap like that. Of course, Fluffy's not going to have to deal with that. He's going to have Stomp, so he can just do the peg, and that's going to be a lot faster for him, as well as taking one less tick of damage in the water by being able to Stomp underneath. It does mismanage... Oh no, does actually manage his health. I thought that was an unintentional death, but it was a save scum. So Fluffy proving that he is smarter than I am, as he saves a little bit of time, going up the swamp loop in the reverse direction that Sirius did, gets that extra health cell. And I think Valley entry is the only thing we haven't seen from Fluffy's side, of course not in logic. But then we are going to have Buttercell, and that's about it. But no Goomon Seal still keeps Stomp out of play, so...
We have some underwater stuff in Grove. We can also go to Spider Sack. We can go up Spider Sack, open the 4 energy door, progression vault, or get the energy cell below. We still haven't done our Glades revisit, so the double jump down pickups are in
Glades
there.
Glades are the thing.
As well as Glades are, yes. Those are good things. We're also getting very, very close to long flippers territory on our health counts here on both sides, but it's still a bit away, so not quite as problematic. Buttercell Skillless is a 5 HP lure in Master, because I guess Controller Swim was used to verify that, and then everyone said, yep, that sounds about right. So yeah, that's a thing. Might see Fluffy go for that very soon, but Sirius said, no, I don't want to deal with any of that, is going to fall on, and that means he will get his Stomp very soon, and that will actually give us skill parity, unless Fluffy just does Buttercell right now and finds something huge.
We do know as well off of the clues that Water Vein is in Blackroot, so possible that a runner, especially with double jump, actually with Stomp, if it is the ability cell just right to the right of the lasers, Water Vein is there. That is Ginzo for the runners.
Forgetting he has Stomp? Trying to lure Igor here. Now using Stomp to clear out the enemy next. Is he now gonna use... No, Stomps the enemy, but still luring Igor. Okay, gotta admire.
Maybe he just wants to show that he can do this.
Alright, this is actually super finicky. You need to get the Frankie, just on the left there.
Oh my god.
Then... Alright, don't get killed after the cutscene. Alright, opens the teleport. Oh, wait. Okay, the cutscene is short enough, but this can be a problem. I have had that door permanently close on me before by doing something similar.
Yeah, no, he's okay. If you... With a new altar, that's actually like... top tier cosmic brain play from Fluffy to teleport immediately while the cutscene is playing. Hopefully he remembers he actually has Stomp though and doesn't need to use Igor for the second half of this lure. Okay, yeah, I think Fluffy was just going pure Chad and showing he could do it.
GDI, Fluffy. Alright, yeah, I can respect that. I can absolutely respect that. Now, using his Stomp everywhere, so if you dare lure Igor to the second half now, Fluffy, we're gonna have a word in the post-game interview about that. But so far it looks like he's gonna check this one-off health cell, while Sirius, now on 6 HP and equipped with Stomp, will actually be the first one to check it, remembering you can Stomp the pack instead of luring Igor, so let's see. And that looks like a mouse rim to me, so we don't even have a problem there. It is an entire 110 XP. Absolutely worth it.
Definitely worth it. Ooh, Fluffy is going to be heading immediately to the left, so the runners are actually going to sync up here. Which, considering the way that the routes diverged early on, is just fascinating to me that they're in the exact same place right now doing the exact same thing. So they're both going to be opening the door. You have the possibility of checking this experience, of course, directly underneath, which I always forget to do, but they're going to both ignore it and go do other things. Sirius is going to be going up Spider Sack, and Fluffy is going to be checking the Death Gauntlet roof first. So again, divergence pretty much immediately after they synced up. and we'll see which one pays off. One of them kind of almost has to at this point, but then I remember, as you have said now numerous times, Glade Revisit is a thing. One experience, thank you Sirius, and thank you Sigma. The seed is now valid. In the underwater pickup in Spider Lake is a keystone, and so Fluffy's gonna scum that, and probably, yeah, Buttercell first and then chase Sirius, I imagine.
Now I'm thinking if the wall jump, triple jump, stomp way of Horror Fields crossing is a thing. You know, Master is in this weird space where we had so many Plando tricks that never made it into Logic. Some of the account of being a bit too crazy for anything you wanna raise, and others of the account of no one actually writing the paths down. That I get a bit confused what is intended and what not by the progression. But so far, well, I think we've seen everything in here between our two runners by now.
Yeah, we have.
So, Glazer?
Laser as possible. Fluffy's routing here is actually probably going to be a little bit more efficient. Sirius's execution has been a little bit better, but Fluffy's going to be able to route Sea Flame and wall jump trees into this very smoothly without having to do a lot of the flip-floppy stuff that Sirius did. So Sirius is now backing towards Death Gauntlet Roof, where we know he's not going to find anything. But yeah, he's got the tree advantage for sure. You can see on the trackers there, 4-2. That'll be fairly quick for Fluffy to catch up on with this routing, being able to just go directly to Sea Flame. Break the wall from the right-hand side so you don't have to do your SA through the blue wall, and then head on to Glades from that way, and then finish up the checks, including doubling back into Spirit Caverns and Gladeser. We haven't seen, I don't believe, that pickup, which is a map stone, which is interesting because both runners are on 2 out of 9, and we still have a map stone left to turn in on either side, which could be a logical progression. 3 to 9, sorry, this is going to be Sirius's third now, and it is an energy cell, so
We
it's
also have another map stone available on both sides,
Yes.
don't we? Sirius hasn't done Grotto mini boss, which was a map stone, so that's the fourth one. And which ones do we even have access to? We have Glades Grove and Grotto in Logic, Swamp almost in Logic, as well as Forlorn almost in Logic. So not quite a place to turn that fourth one in, but it might come into play soon. Sirius actually breaking Logic here completely, using that Stomp to go into lower Blackroot, and this is where we start ducking under lasers, which is required in Master. The only thing that isn't is entering Forlorn without the key. Which Sirius did. So everything else he does in here is normal Master strats, ducking under the laser, getting 22 entire XP for that, and now probably augmented damage boost time, or even in iframe abuse, or we just have, oh, nice stair cancel, I saw that, that was cheeky, to readjust over the spikes. But yeah, we got our enough Soul Link upgrades to just go through that, so Sirius can continue on. Maybe get rid of some frogs or climb back up and get to Grenade Tree. I think we're gonna see the latter here.
Yeah, Grenade Tree will be very, very interesting. If Water Vein is not on the 2 pickups that Sirius has access to doing this, then we know that it is blue locked at the very least, but very probably grenade locked. And we have not seen hide nor tail of grenade. So Fluffy's going to be opening up Spirit Cavern's door here, and will be first to access logical progression, but I would say eyes kind of on both sides of the screen, because this is going to be an informational advantage for Sirius for sure, but possible progression advantage for Fluffy, as Sirius does some nice maneuvering through the lasers there, and it looks like Glazer is going to end up being the play on the right side for progression, unless there's something else that I can't think of, which is totally possible. And yeah, we are going to get the stomp into the double jump over to the XP. Very nicely done from Sirius. It's just a keystone, but information. Very, very well executed and well earned from Sirius as he is heading to the grenade tree.
Beautiful storm to extend there. So let's see. Was it great, or did we forget more? We even saw... Yep, we forgot more. Alright, so this is where we start guessing, I guess.
Wait,
So...
I think that's over... There's got to be at least 18 ACs for Fluffy in total. So triple jump path should be in Logic now.
Yeah, okay, if we have triple jump ultra defense paths, then we get the longest of long swims that we can
Oh
realistically
god.
reach with our wall jump double jump. We don't have stomp, so it's definitely not the swamp entry. We can't get there with stomp in logic. So,
Ringo's AC certainly would be.
oh, that's true. Alright, let's
Mm-hmm.
see who remembers it. It's not me.
Also, the Grotto teleporter health cell is open, which
That's
I
a
don't think we've
triple
seen.
jump path.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen from either runner. We are going to see Valiant here first from Fluffy, and yes, Henri, you can stop focusing on both screens. I like this from Fluffy, you know, you get a couple extra checks here. Sure, it's out of logic, whatever, who cares, but you also open up Valley, which you might need. Or, okay, Fluffy, stop making me eat my words. Go open up Valley and check the short swim. You jerk. Okay, don't.
No,
Fine.
we're going through Fallen if we ever wanna go to any. Actually, look at this. Fluffy wants to come back here because he's watching the cutscene for Grove TP. So that just tells me I don't feel like dealing with the peg or short swim right now, but I am gonna keep the option open for later. So yeah, that's like a minute or so on the cutscene here, but it also means we get a way quicker revisit later on. Should be worth, I think, especially with the Alt R position being even farther away from this. Now
Yeah,
that you can only
I was
go to
gonna say,
teleporters, that kinda really pushes it over the edge there.
yeah, with the altar not being instant, you got the teleporter animation to go to it, and also you have to go to the Glades teleporter. I think definitely makes eating that cutscene a little bit more viable. I like that aggressive rock positioning from Sirius as he went to go and check Gladeser, and he's going to be cleaning up the Spirit Caverns area. Fluffy, in the meantime, is going to be heading down to conclude the rest of Wall Jump, which he has not seen yet. And did Sirius? Yeah, Sirius did have Wall Jump by the time he went down to Wall Jump, so he was able to check the energy cell. And that leaves, yeah, triple jump paths, I think, are about it. Yes, indeed, we are going to be seeing the nice little wraparound jumps up to the XP here above Sea Flame Tree. A little bit of spaghetti on the first bit. Second try is good for 26 XP. And a whole lot of nothing. So Sirius is now going to be doing the stomp access into Valley. Wants the extra XP off of that default 100, not randomized yet. We have, I believe, if I remember correctly from Vooligen, actually, we have figured out what was wrong with that XP, but it hasn't been patched yet, so...
It's patched, but the C-Gen that we use is still the
Oh,
3.x.
Gotcha, yeah,
Yeah,
that makes
so
sense.
we don't get that randomized. We are actually gonna see the short swim on the left there, so that's gonna be exciting if it's anything. I kinda don't think it is because with the way this works, with like pickup difficulty and path difficulty and all that jazz, Master kinda wants to put pickups far away from you. Kinda in the faintest of senses, and this is like right in the middle, and it's a health cell, which is nice,
Valuable.
but it's nice and valuable, but not quite what we want. Water Vein in Blackroot, I didn't even see that. That is interesting and good to know, and I pay a lot of attention to these.
Yeah, and you didn't even listen to me when I mentioned that earlier.
No.
Nope.
I heard something about hints and Water Vein and thought, yeah, Water Vein hint would be very nice.
Very
Looks like
good,
Sirius
very
is
good.
actually gonna do Grotto Revisit now. We have far left, we have the mini boss, and we have that unfortunate rock that happened earlier. So I think we're gonna see all four. The latter will have to be a safe drop, sadly, since the rock is completely bugged out and will stay there forever. So yeah, afterwards maybe we can see a sequence break by turning in the fourth Mapstone at Forlorn Teleporter and hopefully get progression, or someone who isn't us remembers that Ringo AC is a thing with triple jump. Fluffy is
Yeah,
very
just
close.
remembering triple jump is going to be the first thing here, and neither runner has been using their ability menu all that much. But that is about all that is left for the runners is triple jump, and then go and do some dumb stuff. Namely, the HC below Grotto TP and the Ringo AC, I believe, are the two hard paths that are logically available to them, which means that it is likely to be where progression is. So we might just be sitting around having a chat, drinking some coffee or tea or water, being comfy comfy little Ori and Nigel,
True.
and see what happens.
So one thing I really liked here from Sirius is realizing he will need to save drop and then backing up his save because he does not have the 3 ability points required for triple jump. And he already went 2 into purple tree for instead of 1 into purple tree
He
earlier,
might
which
have
is
to farm!
Yep, that means we might need to farm indeed. It is very much a problem of, hey, I miss about a third of a level for triple jump, and sadly, no, you cannot donate to fill up that bar today. That is the different RMT tournament. So, nope. You're gonna need to actually farm. Hey, there's a nice mini boss which gives like what 20 XP, 30 XP.
Charge flame on a map stone!
Oh my god, it is Mapstone 4 progression. I'm loving this.
And now we get to revisit the entire right side of the map.
Hey, I think we go into Swamp.
Yeah, I think we clear Grotto, we go to Swamp, and what's going to end up happening is that we're going to find the Goomon seal with Sea Flame, and then Triple Jump is going to, with something else, give us access to Dash Plant, which is going to have the Water Vein and open up the rest of the sea.
Yeah, it sounds about right. And yeah, we did actually forget one accessible map pedestal earlier. You know, when we kind of said Blackroot, Grove, Grotto, yeah, Glades is a thing. So 4
Blades
map
is a thing.
pedestals are logically accessible. We use Forlorn because it's faster than Glades Revisit, but we absolutely have 4 mapstones to turn in, and both of our runners just a minute apart or so do that and get their charge flame. So yeah, as you mentioned, it is a time for revisiting all over the place. We have all these plans we can get, but also we have so many different things. The blue walls that we stomped for, we can actually break them reasonably now. I don't think that actually gives too much progression. It does give access to that one lonely health cell up in Spider Sack, which can also have something now. But honestly, seeing how this is master, I would absolutely expect Sea Flame redirect into Swamp entry, into going all the way to Storm Tree to do another Sea Flame redirect to break a floor in there.
Yep, that's pretty much what I'm anticipating. Looks like Fluffy's kind of figuring that too. I don't know whether or not he's got enough for Ultra Defense. He should have enough to get Triple Jump at the very least, if he doesn't have it already. But Ultra Defense is going to be required, and I think he's also missing a health cell. I think each runner's... Oh, no, actually, they're on parity, I believe, so that's fine. Oh, there it is. Sirius got the extra health cell from Grotto. So Fluffy is indeed going to be looking to set up to at least break the floor and check the Drain Access XP here. I'd be stomping this rather than Sea Flaming it, but Sea Flame first try, he gets it directly up top. Which is what you love to see. Breaks the floor. Ooh, whiffed his jump a little bit. Could have salvaged that off of the right side wall, but elects to take the death and quickly reset it instead. And it's an ability cell, which is helpful. You might want to keep that for Ultra Defense, Fluffy. Okay, nope. He's backing out.
I mean, if he uses Ultra Defense, it will be in that place, right? It's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Also, I think... no, we would need dash. I was thinking we could maybe do the Stomp, Sea Flame, Sea Dash, Sea Flame, Sea Dash, Stomp redirect to take the upper path without damage boosting into Swamp. Yeah, no one will actually do that. So, yay. Instead, we get... Oh my god, that's a lot of map stones. Swamp map stone turn in looking kinda nice. 2 at this point, which would be what? We have 2 extra map stones? 3 extra map stones at this point? We might need to turn them in all. So
No,
far...
what's happening here is that the Rando, the Sea Generator was like, okay, we're going to give you exactly 4 map stones for your Sea Flame, and now nothing else is going to be on map stones. So I have all the map stones.
True, that is an option that we can see here. I like it. We all know Randy is sentient and evil and likes to troll people, so that is good. One really useful thing here, by the way, is Sirius needs that XP to reach Ultra Defense, right? And the thing Sea Flame unlocks the most is plants, and even if you don't get anything useful in there, you still get XP from breaking it. So at some point, we might need to not need to farm too much in the end to get our Ultra Defense here.
Yeah, they're both going for the easy checks so far by the looks. I do have to say I'm a bit surprised. And I don't know whether or not this is just a experience thing or brains working differently thing. But when I play Master Seeds, and I don't play a lot of them, immediately go for Treble Jump and Ultra Defense because I know that can be expected shenanigans from the logic. So I'm a little bit surprised that we haven't seen Triple Jump yet, or Ultra Defense. Specifically, like just beelining for it and trying to, break into swamp. We are interestingly here seeing Forlorn from Fluffy, not even using this for a key dupe, just wants to go directly into it and doing the SA. While Sirius is going to be checking Dash Plant, looking for that water vein.
Sirius actually going for the Crusher boosted wraparound triple jump, which I think you actually can make if you want to get onto the wall, but doesn't quite make that. Oh, that was a stair cancel at them. If only we had pause floats, everything would be so much easier. Or if you jumped from the a floating platform from the left, you have a bit of a better height to make it to the wall. So no dash plan check for us for now. We're gonna see some more regular progression for now. Do we even have a lot of plans left at that point? Also, I wouldn't. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we have all of the Spider Sack and Grove access area that we haven't checked plant-wise yet. If only we had pause floats, holy. I love you, Zeb.
It is true. Maybe one day we will pause float in Rando, hopefully with a better UI experience than we currently use for that. Similar to SA, once seeds get dominated by pause floats, you would not see a lot of the game anymore.
Probably not, no.
Well, yeah, I think we're gonna see a Glade Swapstone turn in here. Yep, Sirius turning to the right, gonna turn that in. I think we already saw that. Nope, but it's a half cell, which is very useful. The Swarm Swim is looking straight up friendly at this point. Valley TP in a plant! Oh my god! Oh my god,
so C-Flame Redirect Stompless is a thing right now.
Yeah, this is C-Flame Stompless, oh my god!
I'm pretty sure with Ultra Defense you have enough to damage boost this.
Yeah, you absolutely do.
Yeah. So, okay. Remember how off the top I was saying that Master will expect you to do at least one, if not two, bullshit things throughout the seed? Welcome to bullshit thing number one.
Yeah, with triple jump ultra defense, I'm pretty sure you can make it all the way up, even without that stomp. And at this point, things get a bit crazy. C-Flame Redirect Stompless with Sign is actual hell on earth. Don't ask me how that went in my last marathon performance. Honestly,
how did that go in your last marathon performance?
Oh, it was great. I used debug to visualize it and still sat there for like 15 minutes to do it. It was amazing, yes. So the easier way to do this, and I will now tell you the easier way to do C-Flame Stormless, and then you're gonna look at me crazy, is to go to Fall on Entry and do a double C-Flame Redirect Warp Shot. Yes, I think that's easier, because at least you don't have to deal with Sign RNG. So yeah, that's what my opinion on C-Flame Stormless.
That sure is a take. Oh, come on. Oh, he's got to get a little bit more XP here for Ultra Defense, I think, which is unfortunate for Fluffy. He is just like 1/64th of a donut away from being able to do it. So he's probably gonna have to do some farming here and then come back. But yeah, Misty is totally a thing that is available now. So. Welcome to Master. 45 minutes in, and we still don't have the water main. We know where it is, but we don't have access to it. Sirius is going to be going for this damage boost here, and yep, he's not going to quite get it. Might have, yeah, neither of them have Ultra Defense, I don't think, but looks like Fluffy can, yeah, he's skilled it now, so he should be alright, but no, it's going to be Sirius up there first for health regen 2. And now we get to do the fun stuff of getting over to Stompless in the first place before doing Stompless with just C-Flame. And I think Sirius has decided he really, 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 really doesn't want to do this. But he might go for it anyway.
There are luckily a few other options our runners have, and I'm just gonna list some of them while you get amused by the ideas I'm going to float here.
Oh, okay,
So,
sure.
we have Stomp, right? So we can do some funny bird lures to skip
Yes.
out on the Sea Flame Stompless by triple jump, and I think you need 2 frame perfect stair cancels to make it to Kuro Rocks right now. So that's an option you have.
I actually tried that in the Rando tournament. So yeah, I know that's an option.
So yeah, that's a way. You could do like an octuple zombie while falling down through the Kuro kill plane to immediately skip into the Misty. I think like 8 zombies should be enough for that. What else do we have? We could go back to Forlorn and maybe do reverse Forlorn approach, Sea Flame redirect the Baning and get a single check on the map pedestal out of it.
Yes. Yes. I need to see that right now. I will sit here for 5 hours and commentate that.
I think we have the option. I don't quite remember if you can hit the right wall with triple jump in Horror Fields. If so, you have horror access. By stomping on elementals. Might need quad though, but you can definitely reach it by Sea Flame redirecting the Baneling over the gap and then stomping on it for extra height. So that's an option you have.
I believe the right wall is available by first stomping the elemental and then going over to the right, or something like that. But it's been a while. I
If you can reach
might
the
be
elemental,
wrong.
you can get over with stomp and
Yeah.
double jump. So
I'm not 100%. You might be right on the quad jump. In fact, the more I think about it, the more that seems likely. Both runners have decided in the meantime, while we think of incredibly dumb things that they could do, to go and do less dumb things, like find XP values so they can make sure that they get ultra defense or ability cells for zombie shenanigans. Or
we know this is an ability cell, so he's
yeah.
one away, and look at that, Sirius. Aren't you happy to have checked this? Because this is exactly what you need right now. Ultra defense, and now we can actually see some
He's going for it.
progression here. Our XP grind is done, and I think no one is ever gonna hate having skilled map markers in a tournament race as much as Sirius this match.
Yep. Word to the wise, when you play Master, do not invest points in anything other than the blue tree until the blue tree is done. Because that happens. And then, of course, you get XP values that are high afterwards that would get you more ability cells that you no longer need until zombies ended up happening. One more ability cell for Fluffy, and then it'll be interesting to see whether or not he wants to continue trying doing Valley. I would probably chase Sirius here into the swamp area. You get more check density for less crap that you have to do. And also you gain access to a tree fairly quickly. So just a matter of getting that extra ability cell for Fluffy, and then you'll be good to go. But yeah, Sirius is in a pretty good position here at this point, I would say. He's got the tree advantage. He's got ultra defense as an advantage. He's now got an ability cell for a zombie if he needs to do that. And we do not get the Gumon seal hint, so we don't even know when that becomes in logic, which is interesting.
It is really interesting. Now, if we were playing on a very old version of the randomizer, where Stomp still spawned the kill plane, I think this is where you reload, load your entire seed from the start and just not pick up Stomp. Luckily, we fixed that. So that's not going to be what's happening. So one really interesting thing Sirius has as an option now are the long swims down here, and might even combine them with SA and safe drop if he wants to, but I think he's fine without. So yeah, we get some long swims here. We have ultra defense. This is intended for you to have this much health and this much ultra defense in Master. So let's see what this actually gives us. Ability sets are always nice. Of course, we do have ultra defense now. By the way, Sea Flame Burn is totally a
Oh
thing.
my god, it is the water vein!
Water vein was there the entire time. This is
Sirius bailed on
huge
that.
for Fluffy.
He didn't get the ramp off of the Crushers, and he didn't get the triple jump. It's a fairly finicky triple jump to get over there. Fluffy didn't even place a save, just went for it twice. Got the water vein. This is massive for Fluffy, as he's going to have a whole bunch of pickups. And he can finish Ginzo, actually, with this skill set. And yeah, highly likely for progression to be up here for Fluffy. Although it'd be hilarious if it's the water vein. That's what I mean.
yes.
The Goomon seal to
Sorrow
get stunned.
TP underwater in
Oh.
Swamp. That is, I would say, about as huge, honestly, because honestly, with this skill set, doing Sorrow
Okay.
backwards, incredibly nice, and that's immediate skill tree access. It's skipping the entire Kuro kill plane area and then going into Misty. That's just... Sirius just found 3 trees, basically, in that one pickup.
Yeah, although, depends what's here in Ginzo for Fluffy, I would say. It's definite. I love how the advantage is swung back and forth so often in this seed. Advantage in quotes because it's Master, and that's kind of one of the reasons that I'm super glad that this Master Showcase is happening, is because yeah, your progression can be kind of linear, but also the routing differences that you can make because of the pickups that are available to you in Logic with a limited skill set is just so much more vast than it is in Standard, and so you have to be thinking, where is it that you have to go in these hundreds of checks that are available to you with just wall jump, double jump, and Sea Flame, in order to be able to find progression. And you get this situation where Fluffy's got the Water Vein, he's got Genzo, and Sirius has left side, and that's just bonkers to me, and I love it.
Yes, and it's so much thinking about, all right, which of these threads can I pull off fast, which will take me 5 minutes to do or more? What can I actually do with my skills that not even Master expect me maybe get an advantage? I mean, seeing how Master kind of spreads things out, if you can do really hard things with low skill sets, you're very likely to be rewarded. So there's so much intricate stuff. Swamp TP here for Fluffy. Yeah, that teleporter is probably, I guess, the first one that actually didn't matter. So nice that we got that. If Sirius wants to, he can lure the bird to get the map stone above. I kind of don't expect that. Nope, he's not doing it. I know he can do it because I have played that Rando too. But for now, we're gonna see some extra Sorrow checks, or maybe actually a 3 rush. It looks like 3 rush is serious option here. And honestly, I'm really interested to see where this Gumon Sea clue is going to show us the Gumon Sea location at the end of all those trees. Nice stomp on the bird to extend
Clean water for Fluffy.
for Fluffy. That is... Honestly, if this is the only progression in Ginso, then that's the advantage
the
for
Gumon Seal.
Sirius. And Gumon Seal, true. So, yeah, we got Stomp and Sorrow TP basically from this, right? So the two things we already have. If there's nothing more in there, that's good for Sirius. But on the other hand, as you mentioned, Fluffy can do the entire thing. Wall jump, triple jump. Yeah, have fun doing Ginso escape, but it is expected, I think. So, let's see how much we do.
Yep, triple jump Ginzo escape is expected with this skill set, as because of the Sea Flame redirect off of the Spider Shot to open up the left side wall, and etc. etc. Yep, this is totally Ginzo possible for Fluffy. We'll be interested to see where he decides to take it, whether or not he decides to go all the way up. It's kind of looking like nothing much more might be here. And besides, now getting access to Stomp is pretty easy for him, like the Stomp tree. So I'd probably route that in, but I mean, obviously, you know, you're in a race situation. The way that you think about the game is different than what you would be thinking about if you're just playing a Master Seed casually. And it does look like he is going to be bailing for now, as Sirius is going to try the triple jump fax setup with this. Just like a very particular angular lure off of that frog. Only goes for once. And then he's going to open up Valley entry from the back door and then move on. And yeah, Fluffy is going to continue on. He's already opened up this lower swamp access, so all he's got to do is just go directly to the Stomp tree. And hopefully he checks the underwater pickups first to find the Sorrow teleporter. But Zemsis, I would just like to point out, both runners have Sunstone. And if they find a way to get across Horror Fields, namely Quad Jump, this is a Go mode skill set.
I mean, they have a way of getting across our fields. They just don't have a way to kind of finish the final escape. I think, honestly, the scariest thing here is that Dash kind of is a Go mode you need to take at this point. And that would mean one of the worst possible final escapes, which is the wall jump, dash, double jump, Sea Flame final escape. would need to be done at this point. So yeah, my hope is for dash progression, honestly. Would be great.
It's to be fair, it's not bad with quad jump. With triple jump, it's kind of bad, but with quad jump, it's not bad. So the bonus pickup could very well be the difference for the go mode here. It's just fascinating. But yeah, we're getting the swim from Fluffy, which is good. He's not taking damage here, obviously, because he has clean water. That's a nice amount of experience that he picks up as well. Didn't notice that when Sirius was doing the swim, but Fluffy's going to get the Sorrow TP. So he's going to be able to chase Sirius here in fairly short order, but it is definitely tree advantage for Sirius. This triple jump shenanigans, he's going to try and go for the extra all skills XP over here. Yes, he had an extra jump to be able to check in.
That's Bash!
That's massive!
Okay, there's our go mode. Bash saves the day by doing some crazy stuff in Doritos, getting a jump off of the tiny patch of spikes there, and that means Sirius immediately teleporting to Rally, and now he also has a way of crossing this gap without doing random pause float shenanigans or anything like that. I think actually, this doesn't work. But we can double bash from below, so we don't need to go back to Sorrow, can just head into Misty. And honestly, yeah, we have a bash, so seats over, as we like to say. The only problem here is we have that water vein in Blackroot, right? And if we're unlucky, Sirius forgot that he didn't check dash plant, and at that point, all that's left is grenade locked. So let us hope he remembers that, either gives it another triple jump attempt, or just takes the shot over from the spider. You need to know that double bash chain for master anyways to get into lower Blackroot in very specific seeds. So you can also just take it to get to dash plant, or you level Sea Flame Burn and don't do anything. So we have a lot of options here, but you will need to remember where the key is.
Yeah, specifically that he hasn't checked that he went for it and didn't get it. He should be fine. If that's the case, this should be Sirius's race to lose at that point. But if he thinks that he's checked dash plant, Fluffy's got a shot for sure. Because then Sirius needs to go, according to his brain anyway, find Grenade. So we'll find out in fairly short order, once Sirius has done Misty here, how he plays from there on, whether or not he goes to try and get, like, just digging randomly for Grenade. He is checking extra pickups here in Misty, which makes me think he does need to find Grenade, or he's just kind of hoping that if it's the case, because it could be possible that he's remembering that, you know, he can still go check dash plant, but doesn't want to revisit Misty for Grenade in case it's here, so just playing a little bit safe, and I respect that. Checking a few extra pickups. Resource-wise, he's fine, but if it is a Grenade-locked water vein, which we know it isn't, but, you know, he's thinking that to himself. If it is, then I might as well check things on the way here. And some just stomp cancels midair, waiting for the mortar shot, no big deal. Health is looking fantastic, by the way. That is a lot of health.
Indeed. So he also found that quad jump here in Misty, which might be one thing he has been looking for, seeing how he wasn't comfortable with reaching dash plant with triple jump. Now he has an extra skill, so might give it another shot that way if he chooses. So, but also there's just the half area clear. Honestly, what you could do at this point is place your save here, now do a backup save, go do fall on escape in some crazy quad jump meta, and then figure out where Grenade is, and then backload if you need it. And it looks like Sirius is actually heading into the second half of Misty, doesn't want to finish quite yet. So yeah, he doesn't have the water vein, is still checking for things. Meanwhile, Fluffy, on the other hand, is missing a bunch of trees. And also, I think, didn't find the bash. So Fluffy needs that one skill to finish, and Sirius needs to check dash plant.
Yeah, Fluffy hasn't gone down Sorrow main shaft yet. He's just rushing trees. I imagine after he gets Grenade out of the way here that he'll probably go directly to the Sorrow TP and then head down the main shaft. As long as Fluffy doesn't miss bash, he is in a fantastic position. Sirius going deeper into Misty here actually does lead me to believe that he does not remember dash plant. Because I would think in this situation, if he remembered dash plant, he would just basically back up his save in Misty after getting the climb tree, then go check dash plant, and if it's nothing, reload the Misty save and continue on. But he is continuing on in Misty the whole, and he's gonna full clear this without being able to check their grenade lock. So, and his
So
keystones.
one-
Okay.
So
Go
one
ahead.
interesting thing here, I think if you ignore everything you got from Forlorn and skip out Water Vein, the only two places progression can be is in here or in at the dash plant. So this is actually the most likely place for him outside of dash plant to find a missing link in his progression chain. By now we know it is Water Vein into Clean Water into Gumon Seal, but Sirius doesn't know that. So if he
Yeah.
keeps kind of the entire logic chain and what wasn't gotten in logic and what was in mine, this play suddenly makes a lot of sense in my opinion.
Fluffy is having to think about what he wants to do, and I don't blame him. What are you gonna decide? That's the question. Oh, he's gonna take Valley CP. All right. He doesn't have access to Misty yet, because he hasn't broken the Kuro Rocks, I don't believe. So he's gonna be very sad. And do see Flame Reader Accomplice instead of going from the Sorrow TP with double jump, triple jump, and okay, sure. Fluffy, please just go to Sorrow. Ooh, forward.
Depending on whether Fluffy remembers that path or not. It's also, we're now into the seed and we're on 4 skills here on
Yeah.
Fluffy's side, 5 on Sirius, but remembering what paths even exist that you didn't attempt at this point, that kind of
True,
gets hard
true.
the longer these things go on. And at this point, yeah, we have some extra checks in Fallen. I also think we didn't see the XP above the spider. I'm not quite sure. We haven't checked Wind Restored itself, I
Yeah,
think.
that's what Fluffy's going
Yeah,
for
and
now.
that's where Fluffy is going. Alright. So it's also not as bad to check this early anymore because we have this feature where if you alt are out and go back to the top of the room, you get put into the escape. And Sirius remembers dash plan, gets it with his crouch jump, so he is in full go mode. And yeah, unless this is the jump right here on the escape, I think this is serious game.
Yeah, he just has to bum rush Ginza, and then he heads across our fields, and he's fine. Worth noting, apparently, according to one of our trackers in Infinite, Bash was out of logic, which to me is a bit weird. It seems like it's a very doable path with triple jump, but Master is not as updated as standard as far as logic paths go, so that also makes sense in a weird way. But Fluffy's going to be doing a little bit of extra forlorn here. As you mentioned, he's got the hanging XP next to the spider, and then that is about it. So Sirius in a good position here. Fluffy's got to hope that this is something, and it isn't. It's just 114 XP. There is another pickup outside forlorn. He could 2 pickups, I think he can check with this. No, actually, just the one. So this is a very long route for Fluffy to check 1 pickup, and that is sad. But that is also rando.
It is Rando, yeah, and it is Master, as we have mentioned so
true.
often by now. At some point, you're gonna need to hope. It is a lot more hoping than you need in a standard tournament seed after you don't find anything for 40 minutes and then realize you had
Very
seed
true.
time all along. So stuff like that can just happen, and it will happen, and it will happen again and again. We get this extra pickup outside Fallen, as you mentioned. Sadly, that's 55 XP, so not quite what we need here. So Fluffy now looking at the map. Luckily, we have map markers, but let me tell you, if we had the logic helper, this particular master seed, routing would have been a lot different.
It would have been a lot different, but I'm not even sure it would have been a lot easier.
That's true. That's very true too.
Because that's Master for you. So yeah, Sirius gets his last tree. He does have the Sunstone already, which was very early on in the seed. It was wall jump loop. So
Yeah,
he's had that for
I
a
think it
long
was
time.
on the map stone.
Yeah. So he's off to Mount Horu, off to see the Birdly Wizard, Kuro, as Fluffy is looking for progression. And he's basically doing some revisits here in things that he did not check on his first pass, which is understandable, but also we know wrong. But Bash, we know from the truck, was not in Logic, so I'm interested to know what Logic was. Probably Ginzo?
Ginzo Escape is an option here. I think there's some more Sorrow stuff you can do. I don't think we've ever seen
maybe.
Willem XP or the Purge.
Yeah. There's
Probably
actually
some
quite a
other
bit that's
stuff.
been missing in Logic, true. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much weird one-offs too that you can just find everywhere. So yeah, there's like Upper Ginzo, some Sorrow stuff. We have seen the entirety of Misty, right? So it's not there. But otherwise, we're also rapidly running out of checks you can do. Is 7 mapstone turn-ins is as many as we have in 8 mapstone turn-ins is I think what we can expect with the skill set. So maybe mapstone 8, that would be fun. By the way, what's on Final Escape? I'm saying Glide.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Glide too, actually. Glide is very likely, or Climb, but we'll go with Glide.
Alright, let's see, what is our Final Escape? It's Glide! Look at us, Knowing Master. So a reasonable fall-on escape was never an option in the seed, and neither was a reasonable way to get Bash, which is kinda funny, because the two easiest ways of getting that pickup are Glide and Bash.
Yep.
And Glide was here, and Bash was the pickup itself. So yeah, I guess the intended path was Ultra Defense, Triple Jump, Charge Jump. So where's Charge Jump is the next question. Maybe Fluffy can tell us at some point. But for now, Sirius is in the Final Escape and really doesn't have that much left to do. We have Dirty Water, so however are we going to survive with our total of 24 ticks we can take here, plus region. Just need to get good fish strats. Got fish strats, not the best. Oh my god, Sirius is racing. Kuro, is he gonna? No! Oh, that was a very, very aggressive play. It didn't pay off, but I still liked it.
I liked it too. Fortunately for Sirius, like, he's not in any danger of losing this. But that's gotta feel bad still. He's gonna be fine. He'll feel fine. Don't worry. Fluffy, I do like the play that Fluffy is making here. This is a smart play, possibly the smart play with a capital T. Going back into Ginzo and finishing that up with Triple Jump and following Logic. And we'll see whether or not he finds Charge Jump here, which might be the intended progression, as Sirius is once again taking Jeremy for a bit of a ride up the shaft. Spawns Kuro again. This time I think Sirius, yep, he's gonna do slightly less aggressive strats and wait for the rocks to fall down behind the cat and mouse thingy, and he crosses the line, minute and 20 seconds of holding it right, and that'll be a GG for Sirius.
GG indeed. This sure was a seed. And
It sure was.
Yeah, if we get interviews, I'm just gonna say one word, which is map markers, question mark. But
question mark, yeah, no kidding. And I'd just like to reiterate, you said it sure was a seed, and off the top of the broadcast I said that's pretty much the theme of Master. So we're going to see that at least 7 more times, possibly 8 more times, depending on whether or not they decide to do a bronze match, which will be up to the runners involved once we get there. Fluffy does not have the requisite keys, actually has to do an ultra defense, a million health key dupe, which is
while regening. Hallelujah. But manages to get the keystones in, so now we're at 4 and we don't need to do a second one, so that's good. Can now proceed again. So also, I don't know how to tell you this, but we're gonna get 6 or 7 more matches, not 7 or 8. Unless it's the best of 3.
No.
Is it the best of 3 in the finals? Yeah, we know this as casters, obviously.
Yeah, for
but
sure. We're paying attention. Okay.
Let's look at what Fluffy is doing instead. Climbing up.
Narrow hops
is giving us optimal indeed. 1:10:30:27 here on Sirius side. GG again, and Fluffy has made it to the door again, is now able to fight this incredibly difficult mini. Okay, that one is gone. So can now proceed into upper games, and luckily we have enough jumps to not have to deal with incredibly rude micro ledges, I think. So yeah, we should just be able to wrap around, get some extra pickups, and maybe find us the charge jump, because I want charge jump.
Yeah, preferably Fluffy finds it before the escape, because redirecting the shot to break the wall from that side is absolutely bad. I don't like it.
Just don't.
Oh yeah, stop. Stop is a thing. I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about if only we had pause flow. Okay.
Well, what we do have is an ability cell. And our first half of the Ginza room completed. Okay, so whatever you do, Fluffy, please remove the water once you actually go into the escape. Or
No.
give everyone a heart attack.
Give
It's your
everyone a heart
choice,
attack. Yeah.
honestly. For now, we have one extra check before we need to go in there, which is this particular plan, which
Oh, wind
is Wind
restored. Amazing.
Restored, which is absolutely useless, seeing Hawk Knight is on the final escape.
Master, we love you. This is
Ah,
Master Seed Gen for you.
hey, we get water.
Hey. Yep, so he's gonna be doing this, without the reload, which is awesome. And by awesome, I mean, I would probably get stuck on that first climb, here for about 10 minutes.
I was
Which
about to say,
Fluffy
wait
almost...
a moment. There's a bit of wall without spikes there. I never noticed that.
Yep, just a small one. On that first jump there on the right side,
Yeah, yeah.
you can do that without taking the damage boost, which saves you time to get up here, but then it sucks, because this...
Yeah, because we are doing wall jump, triple jump, Ginso escape with the water chasing us. So, funnily enough, this is like a really hard place right
Yeah.
at the start. Now we get a bit of breathing room, emphasis on a bit, because the upper parts of this aren't gonna pull any punches either. Luckily, with the rubber banding mechanic, we have a bunch of time. Alright, let's at least check this one pickup on this attempt. Maybe a spider stomp. No water. Gonna not
He's
catch
fine. He's
up.
fine.
Nicely
Everything's
done.
fine.
Yep, everything is fine. Only in the water
No,
again,
it's not
and more
fine.
spikes. It's not fine. Help.
Uh, Okay, Fluffy has seen that Sirius has finished, does give the GG. We'll see whether or not he decides to finish or forfeit. I think he's just checking the map to see whether or not there's anything else. We'll find, yeah, he's gonna teleport out, which, actually completely screws him for Ginzo, if he wants to come back there, by the way, because now he's gonna be chasing a very slow-moving black wall.
That's true. The water is still there and still racing very slowly, if it's loaded, very slowly, and it also kills you immediately when you come from below. So, yeah, that's fun. But maybe we are gonna see. I don't even know what can Fluffy even reach at this point. That's not in Ginso and not in Sorrow.
Okay, well, not in Ginzo and not in Sorrow, very little. Very, very little. No, he can't do that.
Need a Frankie for that, and that means getting the Frankie
Mhm.
through Iceless and then through the laser area and all that fun stuff. So it's not gonna happen. We can do triple Storm Sea Flame for above Storm. We could get into Horror. It's an option, but
It's a very, very bad option for Fluffy. He's asking whether or not it's Sea Flame redirects Snopolis in the race time, which illogically, it is not. Logically, we don't know. I don't think it is, unless there's something on Perch or Wilhelm. But yeah, I'm not too sure.
yeah, and Fluffy actually asking us if he needs to do that Sea Flame redirect Storm is probably gonna. We would have seen a DNF in about 0.3 seconds if we had said yes.
Mm.
But
In the meantime, Sirius is ready for a chat, so let's talk to Sirius. Hello, Sirius. And GG on your win, as is going to be the theme for this entire tournament. That sure was a seed. How did you feel about it?
It sure seems like the randomizer said, "Oh, you're doing a tournament. A master difficulty tournament? Well, that seems brave, don't you think?
That seems brave. So it turns out that Bash was not in logic for you.
I'm not sure how much I did had to do with logic, because Stomp certainly wasn't logical either.
Yeah, so the intended path, as far as we know it, was to go, as you did, to get Charge Flame, then go get Dash Plant, then use all those skills to go get the Gumon Seal from Ginzo, which put Stomp in logic. Then everything else was in logic up to Bash.
I
Uh,
might
but
have missed some way to get that dash plant, yeah. I gave up on that on the first time trying.
yeah, you can just do it with triple jump. You don't need anything else.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah,
I think, let me remember, I think you just jump from the left platform instead of dropping down and wrapping around, so you have some more momentum. It's
That
something like that, but
that would make so much sense.
so speaking of funny skills in the ability trees, I have a question that consists of one word and a question mark. Map markers?
I think I was out of ability points or something. I don't remember exactly when, where, why that happened.
yeah, we were talking about how in Master, Blue Tree is king. And you do not want to spend anything beyond one ability point, pretty much, if you can afford it. But of course, you might want to do zombies and stuff, right? So it's a decision making process. But yeah, triple jump required, ultra defense required. So that's fun. And yeah. I don't know if I have any other questions for you at the moment, other than GG. I think your opponent is going to be between Tuin and Person. Um, or I don't have the bracket handy. That is a forfeit from Fluffy, by the way. So that is time for him, and that is Master. For you, you know, you find thing, the powerful thing. In this case, it was Bash for Sirius. Logic or not, doesn't matter. Found it and ended up winning pretty much off the back of that. And Fluffy just made some good decisions. No discredit to him at all. It was just Rando being Rando, I think.
Yeah, in the end, that was also Fluffy not going for a reverse sorrow, which,
No.
as we know now, was the play. I have also taken the time to look at the spoiler just now, and we were missing charge jump indeed, and it was also in sorrow. So
Where in Sorrow left?
on the left side in the keystone shaft is, I think,
Amazing.
where we were missing charge jump. So that was the missing link here, to
I
tie
love it.
all our logic together and get our bash from the tasty spikes. So yeah, that's what was missing here. I just have one more question. Sirius, were you at any point actually considering going for Sea Flame Stompless?
There was that moment where I was at least trying to get up, wasn't I?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that would have went. It might be for the better that I didn't get up in the first place.
I do have one more question, actually. Serious. If you face Tuin, how likely do you think that he will just decide to go and try and find a trick, as opposed to winning the race?
What if we both did?
What if you? Chin rub. All right, so that's going to be Liftoff versus Tuin. Will determine your next opponent. So once again, GG's. And our next match is going to be tomorrow at 11 p.m. UTC, 5 o'clock Mountain. And that is going to be Person Who Died versus Rubioshi. I will be on comms for that alongside 2Kill. And yeah, thank you to Infinite and Fupio on Truck to Do on the restream, and Zemsis, of course, the co-commentator. I love commentating with you, man. It's so
Same,
good.
always fun.
All right, I think that's it for us, guys. Thanks for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.